Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So it's a little crazy. I told you guys, look at that. I was trying to do invisible hair. I told you guys that let me go ahead and take these off. I told you guys that I would definitely be having some shifts coming up, hitting 50%, my muscle to fat ratio getting really, really close. It's definitely changing things, as well as us getting into the warm time of the year. I think everything's really aligning. And I finally made it to 40 pounds lost. So I made it to 30 pounds lost way back in like October or early November. It's been a minute. This 10 pounds took a long time to get through. I think it was really the seasons and just everything. And I had a lot of transformative processes. But I do have to do some updates, so I'm happy to inform you guys things do continue to get better. Like, I went to the gym the day before yesterday and I didn't feel depressed at all yesterday. So that's really, really, really good. That means that I am definitely getting into more of a balance with serotonin and dopamine, which is great. So I think we have a little bit of a trend here where I'm getting better with time, which is amazing. So like I said, as we move forward here, I'm going to be shifting more towards more of a typical weight loss journey. But I did want to talk a bit about my summer strategy and about this milestone in general. So what does it feel like to have lost 40 pounds since July? So honestly, it's technically probably a bit more. I just don't have the numbers because I didn't have the scale yet. The way that I measure my weight is by fat pounds. So I calculate how much fat I've lost. So I've lost 40 pounds of fat since July of 2022. And that's really crazy. That's like a whole child. That is insane to me. It's really weird to think about like how big I was. I should definitely do some videos where I show like old footage of me from 2021 when I was at my biggest. It was crazy. I am having very, very weird stomach reactions though, like always having to go to the bathroom. Maybe a bit TMI, but definite, you can hear my stomach gurgling. And so I think it's probably because there's a lot of like purging. Honestly, that's what I think. The thing about summer and spring that can be kind of challenging when you're so big is that you do start to burn a lot. When you burn a lot of fat, it releases a lot. And the body has to deal with that, and primarily the liver deals with it. So it's been a little challenging the past couple days. I'm not sure what's going on, but I think it's really just that my moon phase is kind of going away, like the bloating is kind of going away, like these things are shifting, and I think I can really hit the weight loss hard now, or really see it in a more linear fashion, which is good. So I told you guys my goal is to be at 300 pounds by November. I'm already almost to 340. I was 342 today, so I'm getting really close. And then just so you guys know, when I go down 10 pounds, I typically will lower my calories by 100. Just in case you guys were interested in what I do. Other than that, I go to the gym every 4 days as of now. I think I will go to every 3 days pretty soon, not yet, once I'm ready. And on the days that I go to the gym, I actually go up by 500 calories when I go to the gym. So that's like lifting weights, doing all that. And then let me see my other stats here. So I've lost 40 pounds of fat. Right now I'm 49.2% body fat, which is good. So it's definitely gone down more. 342.2. And that's pretty much everything that I want to talk about there. My muscle mass is 165.2. And my fat mass is like 168. So it's getting really, really close. I do think I have felt like I have a little bit more testosterone, definitely. I've been getting comments and stuff about it from friends and stuff where I guess I seem a bit more testosterone-ish, which makes sense. Obviously I'm still gay and all that crap, but it's just a little bit less, I guess you could say, which is hilarious to me. I know, like, when I was working, I actually negotiated for my tip one day, and I was like, whoa, that was really manly. And I actually got more money because I negotiated it. That was never me. So definitely still dopamine related development and doing better, honestly. So although the detox side of it is really awful, I did experience that kind of thing when I was keto. The summer of 2019 is when I lost a shite ton of weight, and it was crazy because I had to go to the bathroom all the time. It was really scarring, but I'm having that same reaction now. So I don't know what the hell is going on, honestly. But like I said, I'm just sharing my experience plainly, unfiltered, and just leaving it at that. But I am happy. I'm not depressed. I'm getting better. I'm excited to get back into the channel and do some stuff. And it's so weird to be back on track. I don't know, it's weird. I think part of me, there's always that shadow of a doubt sometimes with what you say, and I think part of me was like, starting to sweat the set point just a little bit because it was slow for a while, And I'm not saying it was slow, like to get back to the lower end, that wasn't slow. But when I got back to like 347 in that range, it really slowed down, and then I kept bloating and coming down and stuff. But I just kind of kept going and decided to just prove my case because I believe that it is hypo-related, it's thyroid-related. And my case was proven correct. Like, I still am losing, and set point theory is bunk, and I have the results. So that's what I'm doing. We're bringing the results here. We are going to get back into talking about other stuff, but it's exciting, but I still feel uncomfortable. Like, I feel like I'm almost to a point where it's going to get better or like get easier. I think once the muscle overtakes the fat and just things kind of continue, once my body fat percentage gets a bit lower, I think I'm going to be okay, and I think it'll be more calm. But it's still exciting. It's fun. This is the side of it that I love. I love being able to get on here and tell you guys, like, I'm losing. I made it to 40. You can hear my stomach. I made it to 40, blah, blah, blah. It's fun. That kind of stuff is cool. So just so you guys know, I am very much focused on the work. Like, I'm very focused on the results and actually doing it. And although commentary and stuff is important, and I'm definitely going to be getting back to it, especially now since I feel better, I am just happy to have results to show, and I don't want to be one of those channels where I'm talking about this stuff and like nothing really happens. And so that's what I worry about sometimes, just because it can be a little blackpilling for other people. And I know it's difficult to lose weight publicly, but I just feel like somebody has to, I think that's the way out, is for people to see it. And so I'm very grateful to you guys that tell me that I'm inspiring you or that I'm inspiring other people. Like, I hope so, because I'm going to tell you the facts straight. You know, I'm itchy. I have a lot of detox type of symptoms right now. But it gets challenging towards the solstices in different ways, as I've said multiple times. I'm excited though to just keep going. I'm hoping that it does kind of, the momentum just goes and goes, especially since those other hormonal factors are shifting. I would love that. Because I'm kind of excited, like I said, like there's a lot of, as I've said, sitting and waiting with this journey a lot of the time. And so when you do finally make progress, or you do finally break through a set point, or you do finally break through a plateau, it's very exciting and also weird. It's like, whoa, like this is really happening. You know, that's kind of how I feel. And coming to certain decisions, or, you know, coming out of certain crises in my life and certain things, and still continuing on, it's very like kind of my hope, I guess, at this point, is that I will break through, because I still have a little bit of a dark cloud over me. It's nothing too bad. It's nothing that listening to some toxic Taylor Swift songs can't help me get through. But it's just that slight dark tinge on reality from the weight loss, but it's not like massive depression at this point. So it's definitely receding. But yeah, benefits so far, I would say being able to go to the gym, having extreme discipline that I've never really had. It's a bit easier for me to keep the house clean. I'm less restricted in my ambitions and stuff. Like I said, like I was able to negotiate a tip, for example. That has never been me. Never. I'm more in touch, like, I don't know. I think it does help too, especially as a man, to have a better testosterone balance. You know, I don't care if a guy is feminine or a woman is masculine. I'm not one of those. I don't really care at all. But I still think that hormones matter, and things being in balance is really important. And so having that element kind of getting better, it's really good for me. You know, it's like, okay, I'm getting healthier. Like, I can see it. It's a process. It's still slow, but I think it might speed up a bit, you know. And so if you guys see like, oh, I'm doing another video and another one, like, know that it's partially the season. So we're going to summer. It's the easiest time to lose weight. Know that I've done so much hormonal work beforehand. You know, I'm 2 years into the journey. This is not in a vacuum. I didn't just start yesterday. And know that if you don't have those results all the time, it's not a sign of failure. It's just where you're at in your journey. And that's something I really need to talk about too. People think of weight loss as a one-size-fits-all for all time, and it's not like that. Weight loss is like driving a car. There are certain things you have to do at different times. Like, you have to slow down, you have to speed up, you have to turn, you know, it's like there's all these different aspects. And even for the summer, I do have to kind of shift my strategy a bit. This is just for me personally. I don't know if this is how it would affect other people, but within my protocol, during the winter, I tend to do a bit better with like starchy carbs, like things like potatoes, cassava flour, that kind of stuff, and less fat. Whereas in the summer, I feel the opposite. Like, I have to have more protein, more fat, and less starch, and just having like fruit and juices and even candy. Like, some summers I've had candy. I don't know if I'm gonna have as much this summer, just because I do have to like lower my calories. And I am on a pretty strict deficit. So I have been focusing more on like juices and stuff and that kind of stuff just from a caloric perspective. Because again, I've almost gone down 500 calories from when I first started a deficit last year, which is crazy. But I do want to say I don't feel hungry or anything. Like, I'm fine. It's just as calories go down, I have to like adjust things and switch things around. And I think it's so much better to do that gradually. But my summer strategy for this year, I don't know if you guys know, but I do take some herbs and stuff to help with the hormones. I do it more, naturopathically, I guess. So one thing that I've depended a lot on is stinging nettle root. I've needed that all the time, like every day. Since I've started this journey, like it's very hard for me without it. But for the record, I don't take any medication, and these do interact with medications, so you have to be careful about that kind of stuff. I also take pine pollen, which it does have a little tiny, tiny touch of testosterone in it, which I'm still continuing to take that. Because Lisa, as you guys know, she gave me some for Christmas, which I love that. Thank you so much, Lisa. It definitely helped me through the winter. But I still have a whole other pack, so I'm going to be good for the summer with it. And then I'm not taking ashwagandha anymore, but I was in the winter. But I'm actually going to take milk thistle, which is supposed to help with liver and, your liver detoxing. It helps facilitate that. And I'm going to take that because I feel like I'm just trying to do the best I can. I'm also going to have to start taking probably activated charcoal somewhat regularly because I have to help my body detoxify from whatever the hell is in my fat. Other than that, diet-wise, I'm really going to up my saturated fat a bit. So one of the best ways that I've found recently is coconut. Coconut is almost entirely saturated fat, and it's really been helping me. As so much PUFA is circulating in my system, it helps to have that saturated fat. It helps bring down the swelling and stuff, because when you're burning a lot of fat, in my experience, at least from such a huge size, there's a lot of PUFA circulating from your fat cells. So a lot of those like potatoes and cassava and stuff, they make you bloat really, really, really bad. Which is why I tend to avoid it at this time, because I do remember last year I was kind of avoiding it. And I want to avoid it again because it's like, it's way too much. Whereas in the winter and like November, it's actually like soothing. It's very interesting. But yeah, so I'm going to focus on just really fruit, mainly occasional candy here or there, honestly, probably on a gym day. And I do have sugar in my coffee, like there's some sugar in kefir, that kind of stuff, or I'll have chocolate bars. So that's the other thing. So I'm going to really increase chocolate. Chocolate is very good for your hormone profile. It's very pro-thyroid, and it's pro-dopamine, which within going to the gym, I still have a little bit of issues with my serotonin dopamine balance. So I think I'm going to either buy some cocoa powder or whatever, some chocolate powder, or just make sure I have chocolate every day this summer, because it's definitely helping. That and the coconut is really, really helping. So that's really my summer strategy. Other than that, like I said many times, I want to go to the gym an extra day in the week. I'm just not quite ready, but I want to make sure I retain and continue to build muscle as long as I can during weight loss. So that's my other thing. But yes, you guys, I am very disciplined. I'm doing very well. I have strict adherence, so everything is going very, very well. I'm still not doing that other stuff I talked about in previous videos, and I think it's definitely helping with my discipline. So if you are a man, you may want to avoid the schmorn if at all possible, because it does reduce your discipline. So that's some advice. And all you ladies that watch, if you have men in your life, your boyfriend, whatever, it's a factor, period. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your comments below if you have any questions or whatever. But yeah, that's where we're at. Thank you guys. I will see you guys soon. I plan on posting tomorrow. So I'll see you soon. Bye.